Hey everybody, happy Sunday. It is 7:42 here in the morning, and I wanted to hop on stream this morning because this weekend I've had this idea. And the idea is around building a streak counter. So I'm sure you've seen Duolingo or other apps where you have this streak counter where it tracks how many days in a row you've done X, right? So logging on to Duolingo, practicing your language skills. Or other apps as well. And so I was like, how difficult would that be to build? Like, let's try and build it. And I was looking on YouTube to see if, anyone had made a video about this, and I couldn't find any. So I was like, well, let's try and do it ourselves. So that's what we're going to do today. Hey, what's up, Big Int? Yogi, how you doing? What time is it where you are? Because here it's 7:43 in the morning. So what we're going to do is build this. I was like, let's just do it in Code Sandbox because it's easy to spin up. I can just use the React template. Hey, what's up, Prince? 8:13 p.m. Okay, so it's evening for you. And they have built-in test support, right? So I think if we just create a folder _tests, we probably don't even need to do that, but we'll do it anyway. We'll say hello.test. Oh shoot, but we want TypeScript. So let me just search for TypeScript. How are there no, maybe I'm searching the wrong thing. So we're going to try building I should have mentioned it earlier, but we're going to try building like a streak counter, like in Duolingo. You know how they have like your streak. So, the basics of this, right? Like basically just display on the screen like 2-day streak. No, not NFTs. No NFTs. Not today. Why? Okay, wait, sorry. Templates is probably what we want. Am I just like searching in the wrong place? This is so weird. All sandboxes. This is so strange. So these are mine. Did they like get rid of sandboxes? Oh, that's so confusing. Okay, you have to click in. Okay. React TypeScript. That's what we want. And so let's just try it out. If I just create a file called hello.test.ts and I say describe hello. I wonder if this will work. It should pass. Oh, no way. That's awesome, Yogi. I forgot, is Dev Party open source? Heck yeah. This is amazing that testing is just there out of the box. That's awesome, though. Yeah, it was so cool seeing the NFT stuff. Oh, it is? Okay, cool. Whoa. So on GitLab, your username is yo, just like 2 letters. That's pretty crazy. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so it's all here. That's crazy, man. That's like, were you like one of the first people to hear about GitLab? Like that's, I don't know. I'm always fascinated by that kind of stuff. That's awesome. Let's see. I'm gonna pause the timer, or I got my like Stretchly thing going. Okay, So cool. So we have tests right out of the box, which is amazing. So what we're going to do is create a new file, and we'll call it streak.test.ts. Oops. And we'll say describe, and we'll say, I wrote down some notes in my notebook, but I want to try and go like the TDD route. So what we'll do is we'll create first a function called build streak. Yeah, please let me increment. Okay, so 2 months from now. Yeah, please do let me know when Dev Party is released. Social media for developers. Yeah, I mean, I'm super curious, so I'll definitely, yeah, maybe we can do a stream about it, Yogi, when it comes out. That would be fun. Cool. And it's cool to see that it's open source. 3,300 commits. It's pretty wild. Okay. So we're going to do, kind of try and take a TDD approach. So build streak. What should we call it? I don't know. Build streak count, I guess. If anyone has better names, let me know. And we'll say it should return a streak count object. And so then what we're going to do is, I don't know if one of my dogs is crying. Maybe not. Maybe I'm hearing things. Okay. We'll say actual equals build streak count. And I think I want to pass in the date. Or I guess we'll go one step at a time. So the first thing is, hey, like this doesn't exist. So let's think. We'll just create a file, I don't know, called lib.ts. And we'll put it under source, and we'll call a function, we'll export a function called build streak count. And for now, it's just going to return an empty object, just so we get our test passing. We'll say, if I do this, will it import? Yeah, it will. Amazing. Okay, that's passing. And now we'll say that we expect it, expect actual. Well, there's like, so, okay, at work, I usually use to have own property. Not yet, Prince. Back a really long time ago when I was working on this project, let's see if this even works anymore. There we go. Like this mentor.dev thing, I had like wanted to do a streak counter, and I'm guessing, does Exorcism have one? I was just like, how would you even, do they have one? I was wondering. Public profile, maybe. Maybe not. I was just, in my head, I was like I've talked to you, Prince, about it, and for Yogi and the other listeners, I've been interested a little bit in game development. And I don't know, I was just kind of like, well, what if we take pieces of game development or things that appear in game development, like streaks, and what if we try and build them, you know, in these isolated examples? And then say we wanted to build something bigger, you know, we can just pull from these little pieces. So I was like, I feel like we could build a streak counter in 1 hour. You're in Web3. I know, right? It's like Web3. Yeah, I mean, I would say Web3 is probably consuming more of my time than game development. I haven't done anything with game development, but also I was like today I was like, let's do a streak counter, and then maybe next week we do like implementing auth with Web3, right? Like the connect with your wallet kind of thing. So I don't know. I was just kind of like, let's build little things that are fun. So today is the streak counter. So, oh yeah, where was I going? Ooh, one thing I'm thinking around is less of streaks and more of occurrences. To keep myself motivated by number of times, not so much about daily necessity afterward. Okay, so wait, tell me more about that. You're thinking of like occurrences. So an occurrence is like doing something one time. So in this instance, it could be like going to a website once, right? So like every time you go to the website, that's an occurrence. And so then it's like, well, if on Sunday, I go here 3 times, but I don't go for like another, I don't know, week or so. Is that kind of what you're saying? Like the occurrences is like, it could increment multiple times during one day, but it doesn't rely on the fact that it's a chain and that it has to be each day in a row. Is that kind of what you're saying? Because that would be interesting too. So what is it called? It's like JavaScript has own property, but there's some. Yeah, okay, this is what I usually use, but there's some ESLint rule about no built-ins has own property. Yeah, Prince, that would be interesting. How would it work though? Is it like occurrences per week, occurrences per day, occurrences per month? Because that would be fun to build too. This is the rule that we have turned on in the code base at work, and I'm always like, why can't I use this? So we have to do like object prototype has own property call foobar. Yes, I do. JSJoIO. Will it redirect? No, I guess it won't. Proceed using Cloudflare. Okay. I do have it if you go to like, what is it? Scanner. Ether scanner. No, is that it? Oh, hold on. I gotta let the dogs. Okay. Why am I forgetting it? Is it Ether scanner? This is not it. Either. I feel like this is like a dupe website or something. Ether scan that's what it is. So if I do dude, where? There we go. I think it should work. Yeah. I need to change it though. I have 2 wallets, like a Coinbase one when I first started and the MetaMask. And this is the Coinbase one, but the MetaMask is like what I use more. Okay, so Prince said, in my life, I track occurrences per month. It's similar to working out. You don't need to increase the weight for growth only. Sometimes you need to pay attention towards the set and reps you do. Yes. Rainbow, well, dude, there's so many. So Rainbow, I guess, has like my NFTs, and this is attached to the MetaMask one. But it's got like the build space cohort one. And I think my dev DAO one as well. Yeah, Prince, that's a good idea though. Like occurrences per month, that would be cool. Let's I think we'll go with the streak for today, but I'm gonna write that down as like, I should add a readme.md, and we'll say streak counter, a basic demo for a streak counter. And then we'll say like feature ideas. We'll say, is that your GitHub handle? Maxell? I always get. And Yogi, yours? What's your, are you only on GitLab or are you on GitHub too? Yeah, totally. Had a great idea on stream. We'll say like streak. we'll say streak based on occurrences, where you track like based on the number of occurrences per month. That actually might be easier to implement too. You know, because like, I guess we would just start it at like the first day of the month. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, cool. No, I think that's an awesome idea. Okay, so where were we? We were at here. So this is what we want to use. So I'm going to add this in a comment. So basically what we want to say is, so the object is actual.prototype.hasOwnProperty.call. Oh, actually, sorry. This is actually on the like JavaScript object.prototype, and then we call it on an object, and we're looking for we want a property, I think, called streak. Well, it'll be called streak. We'll call it current count, just to be super specific. So wait, this should fail. See, I'm not sure about this whole. We'll say actual.hasOwnProperty. We'll say current count. Oh wait, sorry. We expect this to be false. Or we want it to be true. It's false right now. There we go. Okay. Cool. So we know why that's failing. Why did this get deleted? That's weird. Did I like mess up Code Sandbox? Oh, wait. It's in lib. There we go. So for now, we'll just say current count, say 0. So now that should pass. Cool. Okay. So, and then the other property that we probably want is start date. I want to look at, because I know we're going to probably need to pull in date FNS, or at least I think that'll simplify things, because then we can do difference in days, which is really nice, like a little handy function. Date left and date right. I think these are of type date. Yeah. So probably want to store date. So for now, we'll just say we expect it to have we'll say start date. And we'll say true, and so that fails. Now if we go back, we'll just say start date. We'll say new date. Now that should pass. Cool. Now what we want to do is we actually want to pass in the date. So what we'll say is we expect actual dot start date to be, and then we'll say current date. Cool. Sounds good, Prince. Catch you later. Thanks for coming by today. So, okay. So now we expect these dates to be equal because we're passing it in. So now if we go back, we're going to say current date. Or, yeah, we'll pass in start date. Say date. So now we can use the shorthand. Okay. Now if we go back, why is that? Oh, because we haven't we haven't passed it in. There we go. There we go. Cool. So that's that. And then when it starts, we expect actual dot current count to be. Well, I guess when it's starting, should the count be 1 or 0? It should probably be 1, because if we're starting out, you start at 1. Cool. Okay, so we'll do that. So now we have build streak count. Cool. So let me think. The next thing we want to do is we have build streak count. We probably want to do a function called, so we'll do another test. We'll say describe. This time we'll say reset streak count, which basically what it'll do is it should reset the date and count. So, and actually let me pull this up more. There we go. And so what we'll do is we'll say actual equals, or what we'll do is we'll say fake streak count is, we'll say current count. We'll say like it's a 5-day streak, and like current date, or sorry, start date is new date. We might have to pull in date fns to make this easier. Because I want it to be like today minus 5 days. I guess we'll do this for now. And then what we'll do is we'll say we'll say actual, or I don't know, updated streak count equals reset streak count. And then we'll pass in fake streak count. And then we'll say we expect updated streak count. And then we're just we basically have these same assertions. So we'll say current date equals new date. And we'll change this. Okay, now we just need reset streak count. So we need to actually export that. Function reset streak count. And we'll take in current streak count, which is going to be an object with a start date and a streak count, a number. And so what we'll say, actually we probably need to pass in the date too. Okay, so, and all we're going to do is basically return this. And we'll say date. Okay, cool. So we go back. We need to pass in current date. Argument of type. So what are we doing wrong? Oh, this is supposed to be current count. There we go. Okay, now we're passing. Cool. So we have a function to reset. We have a function to create. And now we need a function to increment. Oh, what's up, Dan? Oh, no worries, dude. I still don't know how rates work. Like, I know you explained to me what they are, but like, how do you have the ability to rate other people, I guess, is what I'm not sure about. Okay, so the last thing we want, I think, is describe increment street count. You would have been able to show me. Yeah, okay. I guess that's easier than typing it out. Next time, no worries. You always have the power to rate anyone. Really? So, like, could I rate someone right now? If I go... I guess it has to be somebody that's live. Like this person, I don't know who they are. DM me next time you stream and I'll send right. Oh, sweet, dude. Okay. Dang, he's got 68 live viewers. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I will. For sure. Oh, okay. So it takes your viewers and sends them over. Okay. Dude, I need like a little like beginner's guide to Twitch. Oh, cool. Okay. Let me, can I open that tab back up and I'll follow him? Go plus TS plus web dev. That's cool. Dude, I swear everyone has got like this keyboard shot and then they're using Vim and it's like translucent or transparent and you can see like a picture in the background and it's usually anime. I feel like that's so common. Oh, cool. I just got a shout out.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Welcome in. Have you tried Go routines already? I have not, AFOC. I have not. I have had no
cool. I just got a little shout out. Okay.
Far.
Yeah, right? No, I swear the Primogen, or however you say his name, you know, I was watching him yesterday, same thing, like Vim, transparent background, anime photo in the back. It's just funny. Okay, so increment, so we're just building like a streak counter for fun. The next thing we want, Primogen. Primogen? He is the Vim guy. Okay, Primogen. Okay, Primogen. That's easy. So it should increment the current count. So basically, all we're going to do is we'll say fake streak count equals current count. We'll say, we'll just do the same thing. Say start date, new date. And then what we're going to do is we'll say updated streak count equals, and then we'll say increment streak count. And all we're going to do is pass in the fake streak count. And then I'm just going to copy this. We expect the current count to be 6 because it should increment it by 1. So this is complaining because increment streak count is not defined. So let's fix that. Save that. Let's go back here. We'll add our function, export function, increment streak count. And it's going to take in the current. We'll just copy this up here. I wish you could turn on Vim in Code Sandbox. Can you? Box Vim key bindings. Oh yeah, dude, I'll send you my email. Sounds good. Sweet. See you, Dan. Is there a Vim extension? Click on preferences. What? Finish viewing in Tango? That's weird. Just show me. Editor. Vim extension. Oh, dude, let's try this out. Who knew? Actually, before we forget, I'm just going to pull this up to the side so you can't see, and I'm going to send Dan my email real quick so I don't forget. Okay, done. Cool. So let's try it while we're on stream. So preferences, editor, enable Vim extension, confirm. Oh, I got to reload. Let's make sure that everything is saved. Okay. Preferences, Vim, confirm. Okay, let's see if this works. I didn't know that was a thing. Oh, sick. It is. It works. Okay, that's nice. So, what are we doing? Oh, yeah. So now, all it's going to do is it's going to copy. So we're all about peer functions here. So we're going to copy in current streak count. And what we're going to do is we're going to say current count is going to be current count plus equals 1. I think that should work. Sorry, we want to say current streak count dot. And this should be current streak count. So we're going to spread that, and actually we can just return this. Okay, cool. So that should work. If we go to tests. Sweet. Look at that. Okay, so now we have all the basic functions. We want... Oops. So we have build streak count. What time are we at? Well, it's 8:14. Might do a little bit more and then stop to eat some breakfast. So let's think. We have build streak count, so we can build a streak count. We have a reset, and we have increment. Now I wanted to add some like helper functions, specifically should increment and should reset. So let's write out some pseudocode here. So I'm just going to add a multi-line comment. So we'll say to do at JSJOIO for both of these. And we'll say add should reset streak count. And we'll say basically returns a Boolean value indicating whether or not you should reset the streak count. And then when should this happen? Well, if it's, let's say it's, 10:03 and you sign in on 10:05. This is where the streak gets complicated. So let's actually do this one first. We'll say should increment streak count. Returns a Boolean value indicating whether or not you should increment the streak count. So with this one, we need to look at, you need two values. So we'll say params. We need the current date and then the start date of the streak. And so basically, you know, we're something like, you know, like difference in days. Or say difference equals difference in days. And then we pass in the two dates. And so basically, you know, something like if difference equals 0, return false. And that's like, you know, logging in on the same day. Say if difference equals 1, you know, if you log in today and then today's Monday. Hey, Yogi, you follow Dan too. Awesome. I think he had to step out, but I'll tell him. I'll tell him you said that. So if the difference is 1, this means they logged in the day after. Actually, you know what I just realized? I don't think this is going to work the way we have it. This should return true. And then if the difference is, and then otherwise we return false. Let's see. Otherwise, they logged in, you know, after a day, which would break the streak. Okay, so we got some pseudocode there. We'll need to pull in difference in days. So I'm going to put that. Oh, wait, what the? I want to allow. Oops. Okay. There we go. So we got that one, and actually it makes me realize we don't want this. Well, we do want the start date maybe, but we want the like last login date. So like the start date's when you started the streak. So we probably want another property called last login date. Wow, this is already getting complicated, and we're like haven't done very much. Let's think. We probably want a last login. So I guess we could do it when we build the streak counter. So let's come up here and we say we expect it to have a property called last login date. So that's going to fail. So now if we go back, and so when we build it, the last login date is actually going to be the same as the start date. Actually, for that reason, let's change this to just be called date to not cause any confusion. Sweet. Okay. And now we're going to do this. What we want to write an assertion for last login date, and we want it to be, and I want to make it fail first, so I'm just going to put that. And now we'll make it pass current date. Sweet. Okay. Let me think. Everything else should be good. So now for our should increment, we're going to pass in the current date and the last login date. Login date. Okay. So let me think here. Cool. So I think I might end in a second. So we have all the pseudocode here. The next part is should reset. So let's do that one as well. I'm trying to think, should reset just be based on the increment streak count? Because we know if we increment the streak, then we should not reset. Or if it's 0. So let's think. Because we could pass in a Boolean and say, should increment streak count. Well, I don't know. I mean, we can always refactor later, right? So what we'll say is, you know, something like a function should reset streak count, and it's going to take in should increment streak count, which is a Boolean, and it's going to return a Boolean. So basically what it's going to say is, so actually that's not going to work because we have one case where you log in the same day. So, okay, that's not going to work. So reset. Well, how do we know? Well, we should reset if I guess we don't want to duplicate this logic. So maybe what we'll do is we'll return, I don't know, let's say increment details. And we'll say increment, we'll say should increment is a Boolean, and should reset is a Boolean. And basically what we'll do is we'll say if it's on the same day, should increment is false, and should reset is false. And here, should increment is true. Oops. And then down here, otherwise, you know, should increment is false. And should reset is true. Okay, that seems like a better approach. And then maybe what we'll do is we'll delete this function because we don't really need it. And we'll say should increment or reset. And basically, we'll say it's a function which takes in current date, which is a date. We'll say last login date, which is a date. And it returns this like increment details. Type. Okay. So sweet. That sounds pretty good to me. So I think I'm going to hop off and we'll end there. If anyone wants to see this, that is the status of today, but yeah, maybe we'll do more again later. So cool. Thank you all for joining. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we'll see you later.